And the city is a city only if the trade, whatever is done in order. And it is a responsibility of us as leaders of the Mbale City Council to ensure that that order is in place. It's not only in place, but where people, there are some elements who don't want to comply, then enforcement is done. Now, as you are aware, we have just come out of the political season, campaigns, and it hasn't been easy, and it was not going to be easy for us to do enforcement because of the obvious reason that when there are politics and campaigns, normally there is a tendency that you actually don't do a lot of enforcement. The purpose of us calling us here is to reiterate our responsibilities as a city council and assure the public that we are up to the game to ensure that we actually do what we are expected to do. As a city, to ensure that there is city order. Now, if we move around our city, there are a number of people whom we call street vendors who have powered on our streets and they are selling all sorts of merchandise on the streets. And that is not the way things are supposed to be done. A city or a town is supposed to have places for everybody. You have streets where there are shops. People trading on those streets are people who have operating from the shops. Then people who have these of small businesses and so on. We have markets. We have gazetted markets. For example, Mbale City, we don't have a shortage of markets. We actually have ample space in these markets. We have people who have been allocated space in these markets. We have those who have even run away. These markets belong to government. They belong to Mbale City. So we can allocate anybody these spaces because these people who are trading on the streets, ideally, they are supposed to be trading in some of these markets. So it disadvantages a trader or a business person who has got a shop, but you find that another person, is selling the same goods this person is selling inside the shop on the street. It disadvantages someone who is actually walking because where they are selling from are actually walkways. They are not actual spaces for trade. The streets are supposed to be free so that if I am driving on the roads, I am able to find parking space. The streets are supposed to be free in such a way that if I am walking, they are supposed to be walkways. They are actually walkways. People are supposed to walk freely. People are supposed to drive freely. People are supposed to really park and buy from respective shops, road and off-road, freely. That is what we call town order. It is all about doing the right thing at the right place and, of course, at the right time. Now, what we are telling people is that this exercise is not about chasing people from the city. That one should be understood properly. All what that we want to do is to have people doing the right things in the right places. Now, as a city council, we have planned to do this kind of city order. And we want the public to bear with us and support us in this effort because it is for their best interests. Either for the persons we are going to remove from the streets and also for the person who has a shop on the streets We want all of them to coexist. And what are we going to do? We don't want people to sell from the streets. All of those who are on the streets, we want you to disseminate information that they are given 5 days to leave these streets. Those who will resist leaving are the ones whom we shall enforce. We shall, of course, have enforcement to forcefully remove them from the streets. We are going to deploy with our enforcement, and we shall also have a police backing us. And whoever we find on the streets selling illegally, that person will be taken and will be charged in the court. Many of the people who are actually selling on the streets actually have spaces in our markets. And one of the areas where we are also going to put emphasis is to go to these markets and also reorganize them and know spaces which are not occupied, because those whom we may remove from the streets, some of them we may allocate them spaces in our market so that they can also exist in the towns, because we are aware that whatever they are doing it in order to earn a living. And of course, part of our responsibilities is to ensure that everybody earns a living. But of course, I should not do business, earn a living at the expense of another Ugandan. If we went to our markets, they are not so much organized. This operation is also going to help us in organizing our markets. So our markets are created, are actually meant for the poor. Actually, majority of these people who are trading on the streets, they are the type of people who should actually be trading from markets. If you look at a market like Mbale Central Market, it was constructed by government with a lot of government money. Markets are like nursery schools. They are supposed, if you are still a small trader, you are supposed to start from a market. You can eventually, when money increases and you get a lot of money and a lot of stock, you can always graduate and rent a shop on a Boa Street or Republic Street. But if you are this small person, you are supposed to start from the market. So the market is meant for people who are actually beginners. And the majority, of course, would be the youth and perhaps women. And when you look at our markets, some of the people have been there for 20 years. Some will tell you that they are for 30 years. And you ask them that, for 30 years, what are you doing in the market? So it's like if you start in a nursery school, you should graduate to a primary, then get into a secondary, and if eventually maybe a university for a diploma or a degree. So it's not that if you started in a market, you shall die in the market. So we are going to reorganize the market, but with the full view of ensuring that these markets can accommodate these poor people. I want to assure you that this time is not going to be business as usual. We are determined to ensure that we organize the city, we get the streets rid of the street vendors, we sustain it, and ensure that Mbale City is free of street vendors. This operation that we are going also to conduct for transport order. You are aware that in the past, we had actually removed like roads from Cathedral Street. We had actually enforced all the taxis to do business from our tax parks. We had opened actually and we even cleaned the Kwame Road tax park for those taxis which ply this other route. So we are also going to ensure that the vehicles, the taxis, rode from the right places. We are going to get them from the roads. We are not going to allow buses to road from the streets. The buses are going to be pushed into the bus park. They should be roading from the bus park. So partly That is also an exercise we are going to conduct. For borders, we have gazetted places for borders. And we did that exercise in consultation with the border leaderships. So we want the borders to park at those gazetted spots. Actually, very soon we are going to put the signposts, the sign uh, to show that this is a border stage, such that if you are found parking at a wrong place, then you will be arrested and held liable. So we want also to organize borders in the city. I want also to assure you that some of the vehicles will not be entertained in the city center, like tuk-tuks, like those breakdown vehicles, like actually lorries and trucks. Those ones we are going to allocate them spaces, not in the CBD. We need them, but they have to operate from these other places outside. So part of what we're actually going to do is also transport order. Now,
ebintu by'Embale ogoba abantu mu nguudo si gwe muli ogusoose bagenda ne babagoba ate ne bakomawo kati obutawana guli nti ababagoba bennyini abo ate be babadde babalyamu ssente osanga eggulo basoloza ssente bazitwala abamu ssente zigenda ku muntu omu yekka ssente bazigaba n'abantu abawera kati baba nti okugoba abantu bano mu nguudo kibadde kizibu nnyo kubanga ono abaadako ku luguudo alina kyafuna noono abajjako ssente kunaku naye alina kyafuna ate okuba nti enkolagana ebadde egenda mu maaso ffe ng'ekibuga nga Mbale World Bank yaje netugamba nti enguudo zino tuzikoze nga zibulungi netusako okwezi oba amakubo abantu kwe batambulira netuteekawo space eya parking ez'emmotoka buli dduuka alina okufuna parking y'emmotoka oba omuntu atiikula ekintu kye oba atiika naye osanga ebitundu ebimu bamalawo nankanyi zonna okule zonna bazimalirawo ddala bateekamu ebintu ne parking slot y'emmotoka nayo bateekamu ebintu World Bank yatubuuza nti banafu Mbale eno oda erijja mwaka ki naye ekizibu kiba nti wabaddewo obululu obugenda mu maaso bagamba okay kamumalize obululu bwamwe naye twagala ekibuga kibe kiri ati twagalako kintu kyonna ku nguudo zaffe twagala enguudo zino zibe nga zinyirira abantu beyagaliramu abamaduka eyo twazima engulu beyagala basasule emisolo nabo nga beyagala naye ekizibu kiri nti mulimu bano etuyita lumpenis mu kansu munda mwennyini ababajjako emisolo ate ne beefuula aba enforcement ng'ate bennyini ate be enforcing corruption for enforcing law kyekizibu kye tulina Mbale wano.
As a State Security Committee, and the State Security Committee, we agreed that the town should have some order, because as we all see and move around, there is disorder in the city coming from the vendors and the motorists. You see, the vendors have taken up the pedestrian walks. Some are selling their goodies in the middle of the road. So as we start, we agree that we need some order. One, it is not only this order, but also breeding criminals. Many criminals are hiding where people are selling goods. Actually, some of you have even lost property. I was on a radio one day and they told me, some president told me his phones were grabbed. So can we want to see that these thieves are not hiding within the vendors. So what we are doing is we are going to help State Council. We are the lead agencies of security, but for them they will be in the lead for enforcement. So with police, because in the other press, with the other meetings, we have been with police, but they're having a meeting. They are not able to be here, but I'm here on their behalf. Tell you that we shall be together, working together, so that we clean up Mbale city. And the motorists, apart from only telling them, warning them, and arresting them, are all leaving the city. I'm sorry, leaving the middle of CBC. Even their life is in danger. Even people using these borders, their life is danger. These people are parking in the middle of the road. Huh? And they are finding them, and the people are sitting on these borders are knocked. Almost we register death almost every day, which is not right. So
bumala naye nga kutandika ensalesale ya mandi wiiki ejja ndowooza zijja kuba ennaku 2 eza Gwokusatu tusobole okuba nga tutandika exercise mu bukyamu. Tetukkiriza ssente kuva mu batembeeyi bano abapaakinga mukyogeddeko wano lole zipaakinga awo ku ddwaliro awo zi breakdown ebyo byonna byonna tebirina kubanga bibeerawo.
Embeera eno tuzze tugikola abantu abaffe ate ne bakomawo. Abantu baffe tulina abantu mujjukire nti Mbale yafunayo ebitundu ebyekyalo. Ate ekyalo abantu abasinga tebasula wano. Abantu abasula wano bali emitwalo 3 naye Mbale ogenda mu statistics nti abantu kakadde kalamba n'omusobe abakolera wano. So buli lunaku tulina kubeeramu okusomesa abo abayingira nga bazze okukolera wano emirimu egy'enjawulo okulaba nti bategeera amateeka n'enteekateeka ez'ekibuga. So ne bw'ekirala wabaddewo embeera y'obuli bw'enguzi. Naye ngaffe Mbale State Development Forum tuzze ebintu bino tubiroopera kanso. Era alina ensonga yonna olina ogituloopera ne tugituusa eri kanso. Bwekityo kanso saawa eno tewakyali kukwata ssente zonna n'oziwa muntu nti agenda kuzibira ku liiso. Wabula tambula ojja eri obukulembeze bukulage awantu awatuufu w'ogenda okukolera, w'ogenda okubeera owangaale bulungi. Olwo omusolo bw'oba gguwa ojje bakuwe ennamba kye tuyita PRN code osasule ssente zo ku bantu abatuufu ku akawunti ya kanso. Naye tukubiriza abantu baffe bweru eyo tewaba kuggyako ssente mu nteekateeka eno nti bagenda kuzibira ku liiso enkyokomewo nga bwe guzze guba. Era tukubira omulanga tumanyi nti ofiisi ya meeya yaffe eri mabega w'ekintu kino security n'ebitongole ebyenjawulo nti yenna gwe tulaba ng'alimu obuli bw'enguzi mu mbeera eno banga muntu yenna gwe muteebereza nti ayagala ssente agenda kuteebereza mulipootinge mangu gye tuli, mulipootinge ku bantu bonna abavunaanyizibwa era basobole okuteekinga action mu bunnambiro.
It's supposed to be mindset change. We need to change our minds towards living in a cleaner environment and a more orderly environment. Mbale is known, I think, countrywide for being one of the dirtiest cities. So we intend to enforce it continuously. We've got assurance from police. It's not going to stop after Monday or after 1 or 2 weeks. It's going to be continuous. And like has been said, it's going to be full swing. Transport, street vendors, street kids, people who cook chapati, they should reorganize themselves and move where they will be allocated. So as you're publicizing this, make those clear to them and let them know that there will be punitive measures afterwards for those who are not compliant, because I'm assuming we've given them enough time. You said it's not the first time, so they know that they will run. They will go and maybe come back. But we should also know that there are people who are not sleeping. You're concerned about those who will come and masquerade. So we shall also look out for those people. And in your capacities, if you get to know, you can reach out to us. We are very available and nearby, so that we keep it moving and make Mbale City cleaner and more orderly.